You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on great fall specials like glamorous diamond pendants and earrings to complete any look. Now 60% off. And get ready for cooler nights ahead with 65% off Charter Club Damask sheets and bedding. Now at Macy's. Plus, get your Macy's order faster when you pick up curbside or in store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We're teaming up with the Washington State Council of Firefighters again this year to help put new coats on kids that need them this holiday season. $20 puts a brand new coat on a child in need. Any donation going to help keep these local kids warm during our cold winter here in the Pacific Northwest. If you want all the info, you want to be part of the 69 crew.
The 69 crew's going strong, BJ. $69. Just a stupid number for a great cause. And that's more than three coats. Let's give a shout out to John Finsterbush. He said Team Lulu and hashtag 69 crew.
Yes.
Thanks to Rebecca, who donated over $40. She says, great cause. When I was young, I got one of these coats. It makes a big difference getting through the cold seasons. Very grateful I can give back even just a little bit. That's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all it takes is a little bit. If you don't have the full 20, which it takes to put a coat on a kid, give what you can. Also, if you can share this link on your social networks, that would be awesome. Maybe some of your friends could help out.
Can I give a shout out to Megan Winnie? Donated over $200 for Coats for Kids.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math, but what's that, like 10 coats?
Let me think. I think you're right. I think you might be right about that. Good job, buddy.
Megan.
These rockaholics are amazing, and we appreciate all the help you have. You want to donate? You want to get more info? Go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and it's time to whack him instead. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's Whack-A Wednesday.
Everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
For some reason, I thought it was a Thursday, and I was going to turn down for that. I'm glad you're really paying attention. Yeah. Well, it's been that kind of day, and we'll have to see if maybe Steve will get whacked today or not.
Whack it.
Yeah.
Didn't earlier.
I know you didn't, because you're good. But this is a brand new time of day.
A lot could change in 2 hours.
Whack
True. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Ted and Kent. Ted, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Ted will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Ted, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
The flag of Venezuela is 3 horizontal colors that are red, blue, and what other color?
Pass.
Which author wrote the 1990 novel Jurassic Park?
Pass.
Family Guy debuted in 1999 on what network?
Fox.
Yes. Which late-night talk show host once had Mike Tyson sing Winter Wonderland?
I don't know. Pass.
A meter is roughly how many feet long?
Pass.
In which decade was the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang released?
The 50s.
No.
60s.
Yes. Which two U.S. states do not share a border with any other state?
Hawaii and Alaska.
Yes. Which movie starring Bruce Willis contained the line, "I see dead people"?
Pass.
Who did George Bush Sr. defeat in the presidential election of 1988?
Pass.
Wow, I passed a lot there. Got 3 correct.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, Ted, he was all over the road with those questions, and you just seem
nothing in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, but
there.
you have a really good lack of knowledge of everything. I think that's really what I know.
Very well-rounded with your ignorance.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what my boss says, too. Come on now.
Good job, buddy. We always knew you could do it.
Well, we'll have to see if Steve can be more ignorant.
Or Steve can be more ignorant. That's a fact.
We'll just have to see what happens in the 60 seconds. Yeah. Steve, are you ready?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
The flag of Venezuela has 3 horizontal colors that are red, blue, and what?
Green.
No.
Red, blue, and white.
No.
White. Red, blue, and... Yellow.
Yes!
Wow.
Which author wrote the 1990 novel Jurassic Park?
Steven Spielberg.
No.
John Grisham.
No.
George Lucas.
No. Yeah. Family Guy debuted in 1999 on what network?
Fox.
Yes. Which late-night talk show host once had Mike Tyson sing Winter Wonderland?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. A meter is roughly how many feet long?
100.
No.
1,000.
No.
10.
No. In which decade was the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
50s.
released? No.
60s.
Yes.
Chitty Bang Bang.
In
I love you.
Which two U.S. states do not share a border with any other state?
Texas and Nevada.
No.
Pass.
Wow. What movie starring Bruce Willis contained the lines, "I see dead people"?
6 Sense.
Yes, and Steve, you win 5-3.
But, Ted, how do you feel about losing to that guy?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right. Well,
I agree.
You whacked me. That means I can have my cigarette now. I'm kidding.
nice. Peace out, buddy.
See, that's why I did bad. I didn't have a cigarette.
Oh, you're not
Simply the best. That might not necessarily be the right song for this win.
I agree.
Listen
Simply
to the lyrics
that we can do.
Better than all the rest.
Yeah, it was an ugly win.
I was better than
that
anyone.
guy. I'm with Rev.
You spent like 20 seconds on the first question and still managed to beat the guy.
And
So
I got it right.
And you did get it right.
Here's why it's not the best.
That was a clutch pass I did on that one, on the States
No,
one.
It was.
No. Let me tell you right now.
Clutch pass.
First of all, the
What?
fact that you don't know the 2 states that don't have borders with any other states. Come
Texas and Nevada.
on. Think about contiguous United States.
I did not listen to the question properly.
Okay, fair enough.
I was confused. I'm like, wait, I feel like I thought you said the opposite of that.
Okay.
Basically saying that, hey, these are the states that have borders with everyone. And I'm like, I thought a lot of states do. So
50 of them do.
I had
48 of them do.
I had a brain fart, and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to skip that one.
Congratulations.
Good call, because you got to the Sixth
All right.
Sense one.
He
So
did get
good
the
on you.
W.
I felt like time was of the essence.
Who wrote Jurassic Park? Not directed. Who wrote
Michael
the novel?
Crichton.
Michael Crichton.
Gotcha.
Spielberg did the movie.
Yeah.
And a meter is roughly how many feet long?
That I don't know.
3.
3. It's about 3.25 around there.
About a yard.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to remember that now.
Well, now you know.
Oh, it's almost like a yard. Of all these years, I have not been able to figure it out.
Oh.
I know. I'm
That's why
like
they
a
call
lot
it a
of...
yardstick or a meter stick.
Yeah.
I never heard it called a meter stick.
I never
Yeah,
heard
I've
it called
heard
meter
it.
stick either.
I've heard that.
Well, you guys are younger and more virile.
Thank you.
So there you go.
I don't know.
You know, you're making it awkward. I'm just going to leave the room. Congratulations, Steve. You
Congratulations.
won with a correct.
Good job.
Thank you.
I got it to leave, Steve, just like we planned. Well, let's see. How many did you get right? 5?
Yes.
Caller number 5, 206-421-ROCK. Caller number 5. Congratulations. Okay, so we got this survey, because you know me, I'm the king of slang. You know, I'm always on fleek with my slang. You know that.
About to say that you're on fleek.
Yeah, it's happening, Danny. And so what they did is they asked people to name the top slang terms they use to describe something that's positive or favorable.
Rad.
And, rad. You're bringing back a classic.
It's still my favorite. People give me a hard time when I say rad. I don't care.
Really? I say it all the time, too.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're both.
Because we're radical.
Yeah, we are. We're tubular, dude.
Yeah, you both are just
Okay,
who you
tubular,
are.
no.
Yeah. So 2 words dominate the list for baby boomers, Gen Xers, and millennials. In other words, we all share the same 2 words to describe positivity.
Dope.
Dope is not it. I use this word a lot. And
The shiz.
Think of my home state. Think of my hometown.
Wicked.
Close.
Awesome.
There we go. That's it. You had to be wicked or awesome. You had to figure it out. So everybody uses the word awesome, including old people.
I don't think of that as slang. Oddly, that doesn't think of
I feel like it's just in our language
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, but
It started off as a slang, though.
Did it?
Right? Isn't that weird?
Because everything's not awesome.
Everything is awesome.
I don't know. I mean, have you not heard the song? Everything is awesome.
It's true.
The Miz is awesome.
Yeah, that's old school.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not Lego Movie. That's way back. Second word. This one we use a lot. Think of the word when you say, hey, how are things? What's happening? Are you okay with this? Is this good? What do you say?
Oh.
Are you
know
okay
with this?
Are you okay with this? How you feeling?
Feeling
Hey,
great.
what do you think of this?
Good.
If you're okay, cool.
That's it.
Are you
Vicky's
cool?
right. She's a winner.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. Are you cool with that? I'm cool with that. So cool and awesome are the words that we use as slang that it really just transcends any kind of generation.
See, I mean, cool, I feel like it's been around. Like, go back to how Danny was feeling with awesome. I feel like that was cool. Cool just seems like it's been part of our language since I was a kid.
Is it was it around before the 50s? Because I think 50s is where I remember it came out.
I mean, you would know better than me.
Yeah.
Did you use it as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But I feel like they were saying it in Fonzie times, like Happy Days cool. But I mean, maybe Rev can find out. I think the 50s is when cool started. At least the 60s.
Yeah, so for me, I was born into it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Like Danny was mentioning, he thinks that he's been born into that one. For me, I remember when people started saying awesome. And
Awesome.
And it was almost like if you said it, you were mocked.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you, a surfer dude or something along those lines? No different than rad.
Yeah.
But there's now a time where those words are just how people talk, and it doesn't even get noticed as being weird.
I wonder which came first, the surfer dude awesome, or if we in Massachusetts were just using it before it became a nationwide thing.
I don't know. I'm sure you're from Boston. Just take credit for it like you take credit for everything.
Oh, right. Fair enough. That does seem like the way my people work.
Yeah.
I could support that. That's awesome.
And apparently cool kind of started in around 1933 because it
What?
was slang for the use of fashionable.
Oh, so when you were a teen.
Yeah.
The 1930s, they were saying
Yeah,
cool?
they said it was popularized in jazz circles by a saxophonist named Lester Young. So it's supposed to be like fashionable. Oh, you look cool.
So is that why, remember Diggable Planets, that group? They were like a rap jazz group, and they had that song called The Rebirth of Cool.
Dude.
I wonder if that kind of stems from that.
Maybe so. But how about Lester Young? Was that what you said his name was? How about this dude creates a word that will probably be used forever? I don't think cool will ever not be cool. Think about it. Think about you created a word that people will use, like nobody else, in a way that was never used before.
And I love it because no different than awesome, but cool more than any. Someone could tell you a story and you can legit sound excited about it and go, cool.
Yeah.
Or you could switch it around and if they tell you a story that you're just not feeling like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
Cool story,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So for boomers, Steve, I'm a boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Here are my top slang words. Cool, nice, neat.
Nice.
Neat. I don't know if I use that much.
Yeah, neat sounds like you're putting someone off. You're just like, oh,
but
that's
see,
neat.
that they said that a lot on Leave It to Beaver. If you watch the old Leave It to Beaver shows, but Wally was like, that was the word that's neat, Beav. He said it all the time. Yeah, all the time.
It's coming back because it's in a lot of memes now. When there's a picture of something, it's like, ooh, neat, and you post a meme of usually Spider-Man taking a picture of it.
Oh, nice.
So that's a meme. It's coming back now.
But isn't it kind of a sarcastic way of saying something?
It can be.
Like neat.
Or it's just like, ooh, neat.
Superb is also one of my words.
Superb.
If you use that word, you sound like, highfalutin.
I need to get it back. I haven't said that in a while. I got to bring superb
splendid.
back.
I'm having a splendid time.
Splendid time.
Those all sound very wholesome to me.
Yep.
Like if you're talking to somebody, instead of them saying like cool, they'd be like neat.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
you know what, Danny? Leave It to Beaver was a ridiculously wholesome show,
Yeah.
and those words were all over that. Gen Xers, you ready, Steve? Here's you. Awesome is in there as well.
Right.
Cool, of course. And nice is also in there. Neat is also in there. So you're just like us boomers except for one word. And it's the word that the
Rad.
other word, wicked.
Wicked?
Wicked is your
I
word.
figured that'd be a little bit later. See, I use sweet all the time.
Yeah,
you do.
sweet is awesome. It's not in here. I'm
guess
not
I'm
saying
not
sweet. Sweet, you're right, Rev. Sweet's a word that people say all the time.
And it's like genuine enthusiasm when I say it. It's like, sweet.
All right, so cool and awesome and nice are there for millennials as well.
This is slowly becoming the dumbest conversation we've ever had.
And neat's in there for
Slowly.
millennials,
All right,
too.
quickly.
Why are they all the same words? Cool, awesome, nice, and neat. Why are they for everybody? Millennials, you guys say nice and neat?
I mean,
All
it's
right.
more like nice. You hooked up with that chick? Nice.
Okay.
Weird grandpa. You guys say nice and neat too?
Well, I just wouldn't expect it.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rapid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Madden Industrial Craftsman. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about. You're taking over, man. So if you want to bring a new topic to the table or there's something we've discussed before you want to weigh in on, you pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Now, it's not just completely the Wild Wild West out here. Steve does have one rule for Listeners on the Loose.
It's a simple rule that everyone can adhere to, and that's to keep the energy up. Show us some energy, otherwise we're going to have to gong you and then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Sherry in Shelton. Sherry, you are on the Rock.
Hola.
Hola, Sherola. Don't forget the men's room afternoons right here on the Rock. What you got for us, Sherry?
I have a question, actually. I'm in the mid-50s, and I was raised, like, listening to AC/DC, Styx, and all that.
Oh, Styx.
And
that's going
you
back.
You guys always talk about bands I've never heard of.
Okay.
And so I was wondering if you guys can give me any suggestions of some bands for me to, start listening to that I might like, because I always listen to classic rock, and of course the bands are getting older, and I like tribute bands, but, it's just not the same. So I was just wondering if you guys could give me any suggestions on, music that I might like.
Well, she meant, it's funny. She said AC/DC and Styx, Steve. So that's a broad range, I think, of stuff that she would like.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
When I first think AC/DC, I think of a band called Airborne. They have a very AC/DC like vibe to them that I think you would dig. They're not super new, but they're new compared to AC/DC and Styx. They're very new. The band that I always recommend to everybody, it's just my favorite band right now. They're phenomenal. Is the Glorious Sons, and I think you'll dig them if you just like hard rock music. They have a few records out. I would suggest their last record, not the newest one, Young Beauties and Fools, to start with. And then check out their new one, A War on Everything. But I think that their last one is like instantly a fun record to listen to right off the get-go, as opposed to this one, which I think is better, but it takes a few listens before you really fall in love with it.
So, Sherry, you got two suggestions. You got Airborne and you got the Glorious Sons. And with the Glorious Sons, he says the Young Beauties and Fools album is the one to start with.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
And check back, Sherry. And check back with us. Let us know what you think of the bands that Steve recommended, because it is not easy. We've talked about this before. It is not easy for humans to like new music. They did a study that said pretty much the stuff you love in your 20s, maybe early 30s, you get locked in and don't want anything that sounds different after those ages.
Hey, somebody's got a very important question to ask for us.
It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. What's that?
We've had this problem. If someone says, do you take your shoes off immediately, or do you walk around your house with your shoes on when you get home?
I try to take the shoes off.
Shoes come off.
Shoes and pants are gone.
Shoes, for sure. They don't even make their way in the house.
True.
I know BJ's like a terrorist, and he likes to wear his shoes in his house. So does Danny.
Yeah, that's how I was brought up.
Well, you know what? That doesn't mean that's how you have to be.
Yeah, I look at it this way. The floor is meant to be walked on by whatever you walk on it with. That's how I am.
Shoes on the carpet, man?
What do I care? Well, see, we have, for the most part, the only carpet's in the living room, and the rest of it is basically a floor. It's a hardwood floor, so I look at it like...
Yeah, we have laminate, so I'll keep the socks on so I can slide around. But for the most part, it's take the shoes off.
Wow. How about you, Vic?
I don't like walking around unless I have slippers, but if I'm running through the door, like having to go to the bathroom upstairs or need to bring something, I don't want to like put everything down. I'm going upstairs with the shoes on. I don't care.
So do you guys, how are you when people come to your house? My memory was I got to keep my shoes on.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Shoes off, baby.
My only thing is if they are legit wet and rainy, I would rather you not go on the carpet. But it's all wood downstairs.
And at my Super Bowl party, I had a nice little Seahawks sign with some shoes next to it. Said, "Take your damn shoes off."
Yeah, I remember that.
Take your damn shoes off.
Well, I'm prepared for guys like you now, even though it's weird because my feet get cold, especially in cold weather. It's like I got to have something on my feet.
We got heat and we got blankets.
Blankets. How am I going to walk around with a blanket on my feet?
don't walk around.
You shuffle. You shuffle.
You just sit there and wait and have us hand and serve you.
I leave slippers in the car now. I've got slippers in the car.
Are you serious? You have slippers for other people's house now?
I sure do.
Wow.
How many shoes do you like? You're like the truly radio's Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Fancy.
You get here and you change your shoes.
That's right.
You leave, you change your shoes again.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
but
You have
Mr.
slippers in your car.
Mr. Rogers was a nice guy.
Well, that's why I said he's radio's Mr.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Why am I the
Okay.
bad guy that I've had to make the adjustment? I wouldn't have to if I got to leave my shoes on, which I don't ever remember this growing up. I mean, and maybe people didn't have the fanciness of we
had family members. Minute you came in the house, even in the 80s.
Yeah.
Shoes have to come off.
Not us. You wipe your feet. That's what the whole idea of a carpet was. You wipe the heck out of your feet, then you're able to come into the floor. And that's what I remember. But I get it. If you got carpet, it's tough. I understand that. But that's why I bring the slippers, because my feet are damn cold, and it's like I'm going to be at your house for the longest time. That's just like I'm dying over here.
I'm dying over here.
So I got to have the slippers, and I have a buddy that he's got a strict no shoes on rule, and I'm like, yeah.
I remember one time we had a one wrestling pay-per-view party at my house, and I decided to had a creative sign for the Super Bowl party. I had a big picture of Hulk Hogan on our door, and it said, Hulkamania says, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and take your damn shoes off, brother.
No, that's cute.
And then we always make it a point to put a couple of shoes on the outside, just as like a hint, take your shoes off.
Oh, yeah.
Like stunt shoes.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, I get it. Even with
you just call them stunt shoes?
Yeah,
stunt shoes.
Gets the point across.
That's why I got my slippers, man. I'm always ready for you, Steve.
Hey, so it says, guys, I'm a carpet and rug cleaner. Shoes off in the house make a huge difference. You just want to walk around in filth, BJ.
Yeah.
Your home is filthy.
Wow.
Whoa.
I actually
slightly aggressive.
Yeah, that's very, very aggressive. I mean,
I'm very passionate about this.
I walk into my
really.
bedroom with my shoes, and I go right in and take them off, and then I put my house shoes on. I do that.
All right, we got a problem that somebody needs some help with.
Okay.
This is actually a serious problem this time. It says, guys, I need some advice. It seems like whenever my buddies break up with their girlfriends, the girls always come to me and want to have sex with me.
Humble brag.
What do I do? If he's your friend, you don't bang him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least wait a few months.
The fact that you have to ask us is that you're a typical guy that, of course, you want to have sex. And it's easy sex because they're coming at you.
And he wants to brag.
And they're using him as revenge, probably.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right.
How many of his friends' exes have done this? Like, it has to be more than 2, I would imagine.
Yeah, let us know how many more have done this. Because really, you're being used at that point. And if you can get action, you don't need to do this.
I wonder, what his relationship was with these girls, because normally, when I have a boyfriend, I'm not really too chummy with his guy friends. So I'm wondering if he was kind of flirty with them.
That's the vibe I might be getting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're like, he's going to do this.
Yeah, you're right.
He's down for revenge sex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's the thing. You cannot be flirty with somebody else's lady. You got to be. You really have to. You have to dial the flirt back. You really do. You just have to. I mean, I don't really like talking to my friends' spouses or because I just don't want to be caught in an uncomfortable situation where maybe I've gone too far, even in a conversation. Just don't want to do it. I don't want to be too overly flirty. I'd rather not even talk to them. But I mean, I know I have to.
Yeah, typically whenever my friend has a girlfriend, as soon as the relationship ends, unfortunately, that person has passed away in my head. They're just no longer, they don't exist.
Oh, they're dead to you.
I'm not going to be rude to them if I ran into them somewhere, but I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to them. And
see, that's why it's great to not have to even talk to them at all. Then when they're gone, it's like, well, we never had a relationship in the first place.
I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know her name.
I don't care. I mean, that's.
I'm sorry, I have forgotten your name.
Because this is what happens. They come to you. And obviously, they don't have any boundaries, and they don't realize the bro code. And you obviously have no boundaries because you've gotten familiar enough with them that they would come to you. I think Vicky's got a point.
No, some girls do know the bro code, and that's what would make the revenge sting even more so. Some girls are bitches.
Maybe that one person says, maybe he's known as the guy in the group with the huge package.
Well, even still, I mean,
Jimmy Big Dong.
Vicky, really? I mean, Jimmy Big Dong, does that make you want to go, basically, he's the first guy you go to once you break up with your guy?
No,
Jimmy Big Dong?
It's definitely the flirtatious nature. You just got broken up with, or you broke up with a guy. You're either mad or sad, and you want to feel good. You want to feel wanted. So this guy's been kind of flirty with you this entire time.
He says, I have found them flirting, and I tried to ignore it. He's texted in a couple of things. He says, it's happened about 6 times.
Whoa.
Damn.
One person says, if you respect your friend, you will ask him if he cares. If not, bang away.
See, there's a way when girls try to get flirty. I'm your expert. Do you want to know how to turn a girl off?
Just act him to your friend BJ Shea.
Yes, act like me. I don't care how flirty a girl gets. Once she gets a hold of my personality, it's instant birth control. Right? Yeah, it really is.
Just do the typical BJ line. Tell me about your relationship with your father.
Oh, yeah, well, that's if you want to get him crying. You know how you turn a girl off? Just start talking about anything you really love and go into every detail. Like for me, I start talking about board games. Every girl's out. She's done for me.
Yeah, no
me.
one wants to hear about my EverQuest adventures.
So as a guy, you can shut that down. So ask yourself why it is 6 times unless you kind of like the girls flirting with you, which there's nothing wrong with that unless you really admit that to yourself. You can't sit there and go, I'm the victim, I don't know what to do. You know what? Every guy knows what it's like when women don't talk to you. It's usually you're being an idiot. You know how to be an idiot, and if you don't, just act like me. And no girl will want to talk to you. Yeah. Wow, there's, by the way, no disagreement from anybody in the room.
We completely agree.
Yeah, well, there you go. Finally, everybody agrees with me.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So he said, hey, do you guys know that Bob Rivers sang your praises on his podcast?
Good morning, BJ.
Oh, that's awfully nice of Bob. Yeah, I haven't listened to the latest episode, so I haven't heard it.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. See, now you know, though, you're anticipating it. It's always fun when you're, like, listening to somebody's podcast. Maybe it's, like, obviously it's someone that you might know, and they start saying something about you, like, oh, this is cool. I hope it's nice.
Yeah, well, Bob has always been super kind to me. I mean, I wouldn't have this job. I wouldn't have a lot of jobs, actually, if not for Bob speaking well of me, taking me under his wing, and really, teaching me all the areas that I needed some improvement in, which I didn't even know I needed improvement in, but he stuck with me, and he also introduced me to some other great people, too. So I'm happy the podcast is going well. Him, Spike, and Joe are back together.
Yeah.
I think if you just go search Bob Rivers podcast, you'll find it. But it's fun to hear those guys back together again. It really is.
Someone want to know, did you guys see that Brad Pitt is making a movie about Chris Cornell called Like a Stone?
Oh, really?
I didn't know that until they texted. I just did a quick Google search, and I was like, oh, yeah, crap, there it is. He's working on a new documentary about the life of Chris Cornell, working with Chris's family, like his widow, Vicky Cornell. But apparently some of the documentary will be, like dramatized or something like that.
Oh, similar to what we saw with well, no, actually, did we see that a little bit with the Kurt Cobain one?
Yeah, they did the cartoon stuff, and depending on which Kurt Cobain documentary you watch.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know this guy who Lachlan McDonald apparently is slated to play Chris Cornell.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure who Lachlan McDonald is, though.
I haven't heard that name either, to be honest.
He's
an
actor, I would imagine.
And I did,
oh, wow, he kind of has a Cornell look to him.
All right, there he is.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's been in.
Lucy.
The movie Lucy?
Yes, Lucy.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I would have been messed up.
Oh, wow. Let me see that guy. All right. I watched Lucy, and I really liked that movie a lot.
I don't know if he was a big
I'm trying to see who he was.
Role in it.
Okay.
But Brad Pitt and Cornell were friends, so that's why he wants to make this documentary to talk about his life. And Like a Stone, obviously, is a nod to the Audioslave song.
I didn't know that they were friends.
Yeah.
I wonder if Brad had any love for Chris's music before he met him, or if they just met each other. And that's really cool. But I never knew that Brad Pitt and Chris were friends.
Yeah. So he's putting that together. At first, I was like, is Brad Pitt trying to play Cornell? That's weird. But, I was looking at that picture of this Lachlan guy. He definitely has a Cornell vibe to him.
And apparently he is a huge fan. They've been friends for years. He even said, I'm a big Chris Cornell addict, anything he does. So he was a supporter of his music and also his friend.
I did not hear a whole lot from Brad Pitt, but I probably just, he's out of respect. But, man, that then... Obviously, if he was that close to Chris, I mean, it really affected all of us. Had no clue. Imagine the deep effect it had on Brad Pitt when he heard the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's really awesome. It's gonna. I hope it's a really healing thing for the family. Brad getting to work with them. I hope they have a lot of love and laughs as they put this together, remembering all the great stuff that Chris brought to them. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Greg in Tacoma. Hi, Greg. You are on the Rock.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Greg. Welcome to the show. What you got for us today, buddy?
I called in earlier about the weirdest things that happened at work.
Yes.
I worked at an all-night convenience store, and this lady came in. She had to use the restroom. You have to have a key for the restroom. So I gave it to her, and I let her in. And she was in there for like 45 minutes.
Oh, boy.
And so I had 20 minutes. I'm like, lady, are you okay, And in 30 minutes, somebody else had to use it. And so eventually I had to call the cops. And
oh, man.
So, and so we have an extra key. And so the cops knocked on the door. Hey, come out of there. She wouldn't, so they unlocked the door. And what she had done is she had gone in there and taken like a bum shower. Like, took everything out of her purse, displayed it all over the bathroom, and was cleaning herself in the bathroom, but she was also taking meth. She was using meth while she was there.
Well, how about that? So she's taking a shower or using the toilet water or whatever and having a good old meth time. Isn't that great for a business to have to deal with? Is just, somebody who's just, completely out of their minds and just going in there and making your night special.
Yeah. And what was crazy is the cops then searched her purse, and they found this humongous bag of meth.
Oh, man.
Like a Ziploc freezer bag of meth.
Jeez.
And
she must have just got it at Costco.
Yeah, sorry. That's where you get, because they have the big, it was the big size.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we lost them.
Oh, man. Well, you know
Hung
what?
up on us.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Had to go.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, gosh. Luckily, I never had that in my world of retail. I never walked in on anybody that destroyed.
I always think about the gas station convenience stores.
Yeah.
I always just feel like I'm walking into some kind of weird Tarantino movie. There's always some strange customer in there. I'm like, what is about to happen? And it's the other day, this lady was losing her mind at the gas station I always stop in by my house because she couldn't find the ice machine, which was right outside of the damn store.
Yeah.
A giant freezer that says
there
ice. And she keeps coming in and saying, where is the ice? They're like, it's outside. Then she leaves again. I'm waiting in line. And felt like an eternity. Comes back in, just really annoyed even more. I can't find it. And the lady's like, it's right outside the door.
The one that says ice.
Right.
You think it's that one?
Yeah. And even my wife, I was waiting in the car. She's like, what was up with that lady? She kept running around the store and looking pissed. She couldn't find the ice. And my wife's like, you mean the big machine that says ice on it?
Yeah, that one there.
Yes.
Yeah, that one there. What if she couldn't read? Wouldn't that be weird if she just didn't know how to read?
Ice?
Well, I mean, again,
three letters, and I mean,
do you understand that when you were a kid and you didn't know how to read, it doesn't matter how many letters it was, you didn't know how to read?
They kind of look like symbols, though. You can maybe figure it out.
What?
If you've been around for 50 years, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to know what ice is.
If I could drop you in another country, you need to tell me you're going to be able to read. I understand finding it, but you're going to be able to look at word and symbols or give you some kanji. You're going to figure out it's an ice machine?
I could probably, maybe not the Japanese kanji, but I could probably figure out some other things.
Wow, he's got a high opinion of himself.
I do.
Yeah, I would never be able to figure that out.
Here's an interesting text. If you had to pick out a character from a movie for each member of the show, who would everyone be?
A movie. All right. I would know right from a TV show who you'd pick for me.
Sheldon.
A combo of Sheldon and Larry
Spock?
David.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd probably call me Costanza or Sheldon, one of the two.
Yeah, Costanza a lot of the time.
But from a movie. Ooh. Boy, that's a tough one.
Let's throw TV in there, maybe.
All right.
I mean,
yeah.
That makes it a little bit easier. I
think. And then you got me. You got me Sheldon and Costanza.
What would you be in a movie? Maybe like Hannibal Lecter or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Hannibal Lecter.
Why? Yeah. Why Hannibal Lecter?
Because of Gary Ridgway. Because I look like Gary freaking Ridgway.
He's a sophisticated cannibal, and BJ.
Oh, so I'm not even good enough to be
you
Hannibal
just murder
Lecter.
Prostitutes.
No, I think it's a comment. You're a sophisticated, crazy person.
Then Rev doesn't agree with you. He thinks I could be a murderer, but not as sophisticated. Like I'd be a dumb murderer.
Yeah.
All right,
thanks. All right. Well, what about Steve? Anybody got an idea who Steve would be?
I mean, besides Shrek. I mean, that's a gift.
No, I think Shrek is probably the best way to go. I feel like I feel like even from a personality standpoint, don't you think Steve's kind of like Shrek? Like his personality too. He was
got a hot chick, just like Shrek,
and he kind of wants to be left alone, simple kind of guy.
It fits. I mean,
I'm Shrek.
Yeah,
all aboard.
it just kind of fits.
Sorry, man.
What does he sound like?
No,
he sounds like Mike Myers with a Scottish. Yeah, with a Scottish accent.
I still haven't seen.
He sounds
Shrek.
like Fat Bastard, but a little bit more refined.
Who the hell's Fat Bastard?
From the you didn't see the Austin Powers movie?
Oh, jeez,
Jesus, never mind. Why are we doing anything? Steve hasn't seen any movies to know who he'd be.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? Pootie Tang. You'd be Pootie Tang.
A Sepatow.
What a tie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming to Biggie Shorty's party.
I'm just picturing the character in Goon that said all the swear words.
Oh.
Played by Jay Burnell.
Barashul.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay Baruchel.
Baruchel.
Jay, yeah, that's a good character. Vicky, you're totally Vanellope.
Vanellope from
Wreck-It Ralph.
Ralph.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Vanellope von Sweet.
I mean, really, I would imagine you dressing like that as a little kid. You know, the same attitude. That's who I would say Vicky is, Vanellope.
Well, spoiler alert, in the second movie, if you haven't seen it, she ends up going over to like a racing world online, which is all just like the death racing, just everyone killing each other and fire and everything. And she's like, this is my world. So I think it really fits.
Yeah, it does kind of fit, yeah.
Oh, somebody says BJ would be Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
More an Ant-Eater man.
I see where they were going.
I see what they did with that. Oh, they're so funny.
What about Danny? Danny, I think, would be Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Good call.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
He's pretty emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're good with scissors.
Yeah, his cool hair.
And he's a tragic character. I mean, he looks like he's always 3 seconds away from crying about his lone life.
True.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. What about Rev?
Scrooge McDuck. What?
Well, yeah.
So you have the top hat. You're cranky.
He just needs the cash.
Yeah, give me the money and I'll agree with that.
That's, you know what, though? If Rev was a rich person, I think you might be onto something, Danny. I feel like Rev would be a cranky rich person.
Oh, I would, yeah, find an island and be away from all of you people.
Nice.
Wow. Like I said, perfect cranky rich person.
Dude, I think I figured out BJ's.
Yeah?
He'd be like the Muppets, the Statler and Waldorf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, both of them?
Because they're always complaining.
You'd be both of them?
You'd be both.
I'd be
That's just how much you complain.
The heavier set Muppet, I think. Because the other guy was trying to be the voice of reason. No, I mean out of Statler and Waldorf.
Oh.
Snuffleupagus. Again, is that another anteater joke?
Kind of.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Because you look like the taller one.
I was tracking.
Okay, fine, whatever. Give me whatever you want. None of these characters are
just
likable.
Like him.
That's
Got the
great.
same
I look
nose
like
and
a
the creepy eyes.
Thank you. I look like the old Muppet. Thanks.
Yep.
I gave you at least a cute character.
Thank you.
Someone says that you could be Walter Matthau from Grumpy Old Men.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I feel like if I were, and also Walter Matthau, every movie, everything he did, he was grumpy. I mean, even when he was in the Bad News Bears, he was a grumpy alcoholic coach. Really?
One text says Vicky would be a naughty Wednesday Munster.
Oh, well, there are, you have...
Wednesday Munster, Wednesday Addams?
No, Wednesday Adams.
I'm just
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci, you have that every once in a while. You do have her vibe. You're not as deep and dark as Mysterious, but you have moments where you kind of are like, ooh, what's going on? Vicky's like in Vicky world.
And I hate to admit it, I think realistically, I'd be more like the grandma. Just kind of crazy and out there.
Well, that's when you get older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Classic.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all 3 of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I need a change. You've been cold to me too many times. You're wasting money. You're a leaker. So I'm replacing you with a new Navien tankless water heater. No more cold shoulders, no more leaks. Just spa-like comfort and Navien peace of mind. And I want you out today.
When you're ready for a change, ask your plumber about Navien or visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.